Welcome to Mishna Study Masechet Shabbat Perek Yutet Mishnah Bet. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to continuing discussing the Brit Milah, performing a Brit Milah on Shabbat. So, Asim Kol Tzorchei Milah, you perform all the whatever is necessary for the Brit Milah itself. Molin, right? You do the actual Brit Milah, right? So that's the foreskin. I had the honor of learning these halachot with Maris Abraham and Rabbi Harold. We went the whole Beit Yosef together in order, and all the halachot milah really come from this perek, right? So molin, you actually do the brit milah. So what they do is they pull the foreskin off the ever, right? They put a little shield if you ever see brit milah done, and they cut the foreskin off. And then purim is literally they need to go ahead and rip the membrane, right? There's still a membrane underneath the foreskin. A good mohel could actually do the milah and the piriyah together in one shot. But you still need to make sure that membrane is totally removed. So you have to do the piriyah. Motzetzin is to put a gauze. They'll suck the blood from the milah. Venotrim alea ispelonit. Right, you go ahead and put on top of it ispelanit. You put on top of it a mishha, an ointment. That's what Rambam actually understands. Ispelanit is an ointment. Other people understand that it's a bandage. Vechamon, right? Chamon, spice. Right? Again, this is medicine they'll put on. Imno shahak me'erev Shabbat. If the person didn't grind this from erev Shabbat, from before Shabbat on Friday, he could go ahead and chew it with his mouth, right, to grind up the medicine and then put it on. Imno taraf yain v'shemen. If you didn't mix the oil and the wine together before Shabbat, you could just pour them both in and they'll mix on their own. You can't go ahead and make a haluk. Haluk literally means this little piece of cloth with a hole in the middle that they would put on the ever, and then they would wrap it around, right, to go ahead and keep the milah in place, and they would use it as to wrap around the milah afterwards. So you can't go ahead and make this haluk on Shabbat. You can go ahead and wrap a little piece of cloth, a rag, over the milah, right? You just can't make that hole on the in the clothing itself. Shabbat. If he didn't, if a person didn't prepare it from before Shabbat, from Friday, he could wrap it around his finger, right? And then you go ahead and bring it even from a different courtyard, right? What's interesting, it says mehatzer acheret, so it sounds like you can't bring it through the shut rabim, right? Harambam actually it says more specific. He says, when we said you let it bring it mibayit labayit. You can bring it from one house to another house, even though there's no eruv, right? And similarly, you let it bring it from from a different hatzer, right? That's what we said, afilu mehatzer acheret, right? The point over here is you bring it in the shut hayid, it's still considered a private domain, even though you didn't make an eruv, you still let it carry from one place to the next. But according to Rambam, it seems like you cannot carry it through the shut rabim itself.